Well, it is time to find out as we jump into game number 1 here of AVULUS versus CHIMERA Esports. And yeah, Brood carry, something we don't see all that often, but I'm very excited to see how it's going to play here. And I do agree. I think the idea is that it doesn't really struggle to the Enigma Riki lane. You just play inside the webs. You have the milk. What is the thing? I can't remember what it's called. What's the innate?
Spider's milk?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, the innate, spider's milk. I almost said something else and it was not correct. So I'm glad I did not. Very good facet for helping sustain the lane. It can't really like be pushed out too easily, right? Like you don't have like these like real easy lockdowns onto this hero. So I think it's going to be fine. It's an interesting pick. We don't see all that often, but it is something Smiling Knight has a lot of experience on. And in this specific matchup, I think it's going to do just fine. Scouting out with the spirit here.
How it's going to interact with the Riki smoke screen. Because Broodmother herself can buy BKB, but all your spiders might end up missing in the early game.
Yeah, potential fight breaking out here. Top reflection, just too good. We'll push them all away. Dahak actually denies the bounty rune. So it's just going to be 1 for the side of AVULUS instead.
Off to some early body blocking. Taneko up to messing with 1J over here. Yeah, 1J, he's got the win lace already, so I think they know like this is our game plan. We don't really want to do a direct lane versus Broodmother ET. We're just gonna try to get the creep equilibrium back, do weird like block the camps, pull. Maybe we'll see Riki kill some couriers.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Well, we'll see how that ends up going. I have faith in Smiling Knight's Broodmother here. I don't think it's going to struggle too much. I think Dahak will still like farm well on the Enigma, right? I don't think that's necessarily going to get shut down at all. But in terms of like the value you get out of the offlane Enigma into certain matchups, I think this one's okay for AVULUS. So we'll see what ends up happening. The 5 position of Adden. So not a hero that we see in the 5 role that often, but occasionally rears its head here and into a Beastmaster, you know, quite good. At least, you know, eventually it's quite good.
Yeah, it should make it hard to kill TA2000 as well, because otherwise axes and boars plus lightning bolt spam is a lot versus a low health hero like Terrorblade, but the amount of barrier you get on Aphotic Shield with Mephitic Shroud pretty much eats up like a lightning bolt, you know? So that's how Zeus gets kills in the early game, is just the low cooldown lightning bolt, and now not so much.
Yeah, the Hawk being very annoying, but CSing going all right. There's a creep drag happening here from the Bounty Hunter to pull the lane back, which is really smart. So this will allow the lane to kind of push out a little bit here. Maybe threaten this Broodmother a little bit more. Snako really trying to get some aggression here. Loses his courier, but he did get the delivery in time.
Courier on the way, actually. Let's see if they end up running it into 1J.
I'm definitely curious to see how well this is, or like how much impact this support Zeus is going to have, because I know I've seen it happen quite a bit over the last like month or so, but I still have not actually seen it in action. So it's one of those things that on paper seems pretty good, but well, we're going to see them actually make an aggressive jump here onto Zibe. The damage being mitigated a little bit by the Zeus there, first off the leap and then again off the bolt. So first meta is out. Not really getting a lot out of it right now. Needs to be a little bit careful there on Eki. A lot of damage coming out. Will get that jump away, but yeah, that is quite a bit of harassment coming through. And lane's pushing. Like, this is going to be really good for TA2000.
I think that's what they ended up getting out of the meta.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, this reflection into a Baton spam is actually insane. Eki just has to jump again to get away, but Panto now comes in a little bit too far. The creep wave, well, it backfires. You got 3 range creeps, you got the summons, and first blood goes to the Beastmaster.
Really trying to abuse the long cooldown of Heavenly Jump. Thought he could get a kill there. It was pretty close. Like, Zeus got really low, but once Heavenly Jump came back up, being able to jump so far away while also slowing down the enemy by 80%, you know, go a little bit too far, get punished for it. Same in the bottom lane. Looks like it's Ricky's turn to go just a bit too far.
I love the delicious after getting the kill. That's just a very good voice line.
Oh, you gotta. What do you get the voice lines for if you don't use them?
I mean, the max level, the Grandmaster Broodmother spam is one of the best. It is so good. I guess the Master, not the Grandmaster. The slurp is just top tier voice line.
Still, despite that Ricky kill, I mean, as we look at the CS, 28 to 21 for Dahak, and Broodmother down at 12 and 2. So I thought this lane would go a little bit better. Like, I still expected Dahak to be able to pick up a lead, but I mean, at this rate, Smiling Knight's level 6 will be really delayed, and then the recovery is not so good. And in fact, the only reason he's even level 4 now is off that Ricky kill earlier. So
yeah, I wonder if some of this is just the Elder Titan's weakness, right? Like, I haven't really seen it have a lot of impact in this lane. He's got 2 points in the Spirit, and even when I've seen him run it through all the Eidolons, he's really not getting that much damage out of it, and he loses another Courier. And they are bringing the off lane, or the safe lane, into the off lane. They're going to try and dive here and find themselves a kill. The question is, who is it going to be? TA2000 is going to show for the moment. The reflection there on the Smiling Knight. And, well, super rough for the moment. Able to just continue diving in through those trees. TA2000 is actually taking a beating here from Seneko, but we'll have to hobble away. They've actually avoided this 4-hero gank into the bottom side. That's actually quite good for the side of AVULUS, as long as Seneko doesn't die here. Which, well, he's going to grab the Lotus, potentially. He has a TP still. Yeah. So he'll throw the Remnant, or not Remnant, but the Spirit, and TP back home. But rough for Smiling Knight. He can't even walk up to the lane. There's 4 heroes still down here. Now the Ember Spirit making his rotation to the bottom side, gets scouted out from a ward, but top lane, they get themselves a really nice rotation, and Stormer finds TA2000. The Bird's gonna catch. One more auto attack is all he needs, and he's gonna get it. Zibe finds the kill.
It's his Helm and the Dominator delivered at the same time, so they might be able to get in some solid tower pressure here. Right, that big rotation bottom costing them. Well, maybe it's not done yet. We're still extending this bottom rotation.
All right. Yeah, they really need to protect Smiling Knight's lane for the moment. Like, he needs a little bit of space. As you can see, just on net worth, it is far worse than I kind of expected. I think once you get to level 6, it should be fine, especially considering he's gone Feeding Frenzy, which just gives him so much more farm speed. But he's quite a bit away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, this 8-minute rune will be pretty impactful in that regard. Whoever gets it, Tiny and Ember, can make a lot happen. And we're at that point where maybe you tip your Terror Blade into the full farm mode, just out scales you and you can't stop him, or maybe you get a couple kills for Broodmother and she's just right back on track.
Lornov really wants that 8-minute rune. It's gonna spawn bottom, and it's picked up from Seneko. And with this, it does have a Remnant pullback. Gonna do a pretty hefty amount of damage here, but the chains will come out from Lornov, hold him in place, and we'll TP on back to base. Oh, great tricks of the trade there to dodge that damage. Stomp does connect. There's going to be your Avalanche. Do they have the damage? They do, but Lornov's going to rejoin them into the mid lane here. Coming back from that fountain. Takes down another Courier. A little bit of a 1-for-1 trade.
guess that's fine for both mid.
Roar, hold up. Oh, they've got him. Panto just dead on the backside. Great rotation from Zibe and using that Helm of the Dominator. And that should be your mid tower unless they can bring another hero here. But with this Beastmaster, that's going to be hard.
Sneaky rotation with that Beastmaster. Finished up the top tower earlier and then just made his way over. It looked like it was going to be okay, but yeah, surprise roar. I guess it was onto the Abaddon, which is not maybe your preferred kill, but it's a lot of tower damage into the mid lane. You can probably finish it on another push.
All right, more focus being thrown bottom here. 5 heroes from Chimera are coming down to try and find themselves a kill onto AVULUS, but also just the 2-hero chains onto the supports, the smoke screen as well. Eki not gonna be able to make it out of this one. Goes down to 1J as Seneko, trying to do what damage he can here on the Elder Titan. Does have a stomp underneath the tower if he wants to use it. Can be very easily dodged from the sleight of fist. There's gonna be the chains and dives away, knows he's got the burn damage. Very well played there from Lorna.
A scrappy game. It's barely 10 minutes. We're seeing a lot of fights, especially under towers. Both teams really trying to make use of the lead they have.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They have brought a lot of heroes in mid here, and they see all these stacks that have been created from AVULUS, and they're just going to try and take them. They do have a ward that's scouting them out, and Eki might need to put some detection down himself, but we have the level 6 finally out from Smiling Knight, getting a lot of damage out onto Panto, but they've got him with the chains to the backside. Dahawk's just going to drop the black hole. There's the roar out from Zibe, trying to find themselves a return here. The toss damage is overwhelming, but in comes Ember, in comes TA2000. Thunder God's Wrath not doing a whole lot, and now an aggressive Sunder onto your Beastmaster. The chains holding him in place. 3, 4, 1. The toss in. Seneko, hold up. They get more. They're turning it around. Now the Ember has to remnant to safety. This tiny Stormer is showing up big right now.
Dude, I didn't even think about that synergy of tossing in ET with the natural order to buff crash landing damage. That's actually so good.
That's pretty funny. I mean, this was a really sick fight. I mean, Smiling Knight comes in a little bit too far, gets caught from the Malefice here, and I don't think, maybe he just didn't see the remnant. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, unable to stop that black hole early enough.
Yeah, overall, it was a great start for Chimera Esports here. The downside being that, or sorry, the upside being that you killed the Brood before she could get anything in this. And then as you end up losing your carry and your hard support, now it kind of goes back to even. But TA2000 got to benefit from the kills, whereas Smiling Knight, who is already the core struggling the most, he was out first. I guess, saving grace, TA2000 is not that much further ahead. This Beastmaster, very much so ahead of everyone. AVULUS gets to try to play around Zibe, I think. Stormer and Zibe right now.
Your Beastmaster is so farmed. Helm of the Overlord is he's just running around cutting waves. That's huge. And so here's the deal. Like, Smiling Knight had a really rough game. He is mostly recovered now that he is, you know, on the Broodmother, and this hero gets a little bit of space to farm. He is level 8, forcing the Enigma out of lane because the Eidolons just get chewed up by these little spiders. And he's gonna be okay. He needs more time for sure, right? Like, he's still not like online by any means, but he now has plenty of space to farm. There are no tier 1 towers left for Chimera, meaning he can take over the triangle as well as the other ancient camp and kind of just hold this bottom side of the map for himself. That being said, Zibe is also doing it, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little confused on. I feel like now you want to just leave the Brood alone until she finishes the Orchid. For now, they're going to start moving over. They're going to find 1J here right before, before you can go invis again. Got that AoE avalanche to finish the job. And then just let Brood be down here. She'll just shove in the lane, poke the triangle when she can. Otherwise, farm your own jungle. I say this, the 14-minute rune is coming up. So AVULUS is moving up here. I think after this, you do give Brood the space. But we'll see if they can steal this away.
Yeah, I mean, they're smoking over for this. Like, they're going to show Zibe in the lane, but Eki and Stormstormer are behind. And the Radiant scan doesn't connect. Now, the question is, do you TP back to your own side to contest your own wisdom, or do you just take the tower? And it looks like they're just opting for the tier 2 here. Well, I say that Eki's coming back, does manage to get it. He might lose his life for this one, but I think that's a pretty okay trade for just the support. Never mind, Dahak in trouble. Thunder God's Wrath. It doesn't actually connect on the toss, but there's the black hole. He's turning it around, but where's your follow-up damage? It's just a blink to safety. Phantom's gonna pop the borrowed time. In comes Lorinov. Chain's gonna hold down Saneko. Earth Splitter is there. The toss back. He's losing a lot of HP, able to get away on just a sliver. But the chase now coming through from the Broodmother. He's got no remnants left. Chains are out once again to hold him back. And 1J playing with the backline actually gets Eki. Very good disengage from Chimera. That could have been really bad.
Yeah, you didn't get the Wisdom rune, so that sucks. But I guess they did get 2 kills, so maybe it balances out a little bit. Especially if 1J can get out. If he dies.
He's got tree toss. He's super dead. Yeah. Ooh. Wait a minute.
Did we just get killed instead?
Yeah, well, you just delivered a bigger kill. He just jumps onto the backside, gets a free roar on the Dahak.
Unfortunate timing there for Chimera. The tree toss happening, or not the tree toss, the regular toss of the Beastmaster happening just before Ricky jumps. Oops. Probably prefer to just lose the Ricky there.
Oh, we're gonna see them keep this aggression going in the mid lane. Like, they just continuing to harass these heroes. You've gone for a Mage Slayer on the Ember Spirit, kind of an old school build, but it is very useful. This game, he needs a lot of magic resistance to deal with these. It's a decent ward here from Chimera, and a little bit more of an unusual spot. That is giving them some vision of the Beastmaster, but in comes Stormstormer. Great avalanche. The toss out on the Panto. He's taking a lot of damage himself, but they do get the borrowed time, and Eki, as well as Smiling Knight, just wrapping around on the backside with this Orchid reveal, and they just take down the Ember Spirit. 1J, he's gonna survive most likely as the dust, it's about to expire. He has another smoke screen coming through, but they might just be able to get the damage. They do anyway. Oh boy. Not looking good here for Chimera's 16 minutes, a 7,000 gold lead, and Smiling Knight now just chipping away at the high ground.
There's no black hole for 35 more seconds. It's not an easy hole. Oh, no.
Oh, he gets a toss onto the Eidolon. Not fast.
You definitely lose your mid barracks if you get the Enigma kill right there, or you force a buyback or something. But with that, everyone's up, back out. When you got 3/4 of the tier 3 tower essentially for free at 17 minutes into the game, that is very nice. And now if you're not even careful, like maybe you'll just send an ancient creep down mid from the Beastmaster and you lose your tier 3 if you're focused somewhere else.
Yeah. Really good usage and reveal of the Orchid here, waiting for the Aphotic Shield to come out before using it, right? So very, very good stuff there from the side of AVULUS, and it's going to be difficult for them to get a grasp on this game here for Chimera. Like, you're going to need some big... ooh, that's a big find. That's Zibe's Aghanim Scepter, almost, so...
Pretty good. They're trying to bait 1J now as well. Team smoked behind him.
Ooh. All right. The full disengage, though. Chimera does not want to risk the fight. Smoke up from AVULUS. They're going to go ahead and find themselves the Ricky. There's just sentries placed everywhere looking for this guy. That's the Amplify damage rune now picked up on Stormstormer. So you definitely have to get out of here if you're Chimera. This guy will take down anybody at the moment. We'll see what they can do, though. Dahak starting to kind of roam on in here on this Enigma. Does have that Blink Dagger, looking for potentially some sort of wraparound. The question is, though, you got to get back here and defend your high ground. Like, there is a Beastmaster and a Broodmother just chipping away. Ember gonna try and clean up some of these spiders. Takes a little bit of time.
High level.
Yeah.
Smoke screen's pretty good at delaying these tower pushes, but at level 1, it's only a 30% miss chance. He just hits level 8, so it's now up to 45. But he needs to get to his max level smoke screen with 75% miss chance, and now you can delay this stuff. Unfortunately, that's the tier 3 down. So the barracks are now open, and you're dealing with a Broodmother and a Beastmaster. So if you lose any fight on your half of the base, you can say goodbye to those mid barracks.
They should very easily be able to take Roshan here. I don't know how Chimera can really contest. You have the Orchid plus the Beastmaster, so this should be very fast. I'm not even going to use the Orchid. They're just going to rely on the Feeding Frenzy instead. Well, Ricky gets popped topside with the Thunder God's Wrath. And that is a gem
nice
now coming out for ET.
Support.
Ooh, hold up. Wait a minute. You got to be careful. They're all down here ready to go. Stormstormer comes through, but now does Eki and Zibe. Smiling Knight as well. The Orchid's going to catch a Terrorblade, but you need to be a little bit careful. This Enigma looking for this black hole opportunity. They're going to get the Aegis out of him, and now Eki is dead as well. Maybe not respecting the damage that Chimera is bringing quite right now, but there's the solo black hole. Avalanche to cancel Zibe. He's going to be perfectly fine, and now his roar opportunities open. They turn it around. They take down the Terrorblade, and now Lorna on the run. You've got to get away from these heroes. Panto maybe not going to be as lucky. Borrowed time's already been spent. Smiling Knight just chews through him.
In the end, I guess it works out for AVULUS. They did not expect Chimera Esports to be waiting for them at the Twin Gate. Let that fight start off well. Grab the Aegis. Goodbye, Ricky. He knows he's gonna die. Just waiting there. Big play from Zibe there, though. Getting black hole, but saved by Stormstormer, and then having the roar to make sure there's no Sunder from the TA2000 Terrorblade. Now you're going to steal the Tormentor, growing your lead to 14k. Things are really slipping out of control.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky has his Diffusal now, but, you know, this is a hero that can't really do much on its own. He might be able to find heroes like the Zeus, but he's got the items to get himself out of the smoke screen already. Panto dies immediately before you can even get to the ult off. I think it was just a toss damage, was too much. And look at Eki, dude. He's just going aggressively into the enemy's base, trying to force down some spell usage. Avalanche toss. Goodbye, Enigma. Goodbye, Ricky. The GGs come out in an absolute beatdown from AVULUS here in game number 1. All put on the back of just this. Honestly, it's just Stormstormer and Long, and now it is finally here. Game number 2 of Chimera versus AVULUS about to begin, and I am really excited to see how he's going to make use of the fine art. I don't think ever seen this in a competitive game, you and me, so it's going to be really cool.
Okay, so here's the thing. Instigate is very common to take because it works really well with the shard, and you can control when to dispel. The dispels this game are okay, not the best. Fine art has way better presence in the lane. Most of you have probably never seen this because no one takes fine art. But if you stack the camps, fine art is really funny in the way it works. And that, so for example, you stand in the lane, you choose to fire your Stroke of Fate backwards into the small camp, and then it comes back into the lane after hitting like 8 different creeps because you stack that camp. And it is like a 500 damage nuke if you hit anyone. It's really hard because you're predicting where they're going to be in 2 to 3 seconds. But it is an insane nuke if you can actually land it in the landing stage. And you can win off of just landing a couple of those and getting like these crazy kills. But it's so finicky to actually do.
Yeah, I am very curious to see what's going to happen there. But, you know, maybe they get something out of it. Interesting draft though from Chimera, and I always give teams props for trying to be creative and do something that we haven't really seen. And you know, this is kind of that. We're back on the old school mid Dragon Knight. We've got the Grimstroke Elder Titan support duos and a Carry Lycan, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, like Carry Lycan, offlane Enigma, this stuff's not really that out of meta. Like mid Dragon Knight happens all the time. It's just, it's a little bit weird seeing them all on the same team, I think.
On the same team in the order and yeah, everything. Yeah. And like, I'd say the weirdest hero is Grimstroke. Like he's pretty out of the meta. Everything else open to, but just like where they came in the draft and what role they ended up being and how they work together is a little bit of the question mark. So that has to be their advantage actually, right? That we don't understand how it works, but they do, and they catch AVULUS off guard. Which last game we saw the laning stage going roughly even and then it fell apart. So maybe if you can catch them off guard with your kind of like stranger picks, you pull the lead, it could be Chimera running away with the game while AVULUS is trying to catch back up. With that said, I actually think both supports are quite good at dealing with, like I think Chimera wants to win the fight, and then you have Wolves, Dragonite, Eidolons, you know, shoving objectives. I think if either support lives, they're actually both really good at dealing with early pushes from a lot of summons.
All right, well, here we go.
Got him with the fine art.
It's gonna be really fun to see if he has like how much like 1J has experimented with this, right? Because it is not something that you just like pick up and you're like, oh yeah, yeah, this is easy. Right? It's like the curveball on puck, right? Like people play with it sometimes, but it's only after a lot of practice.
Yeah, I think they even. I actually haven't gone back to try it again myself. I think they improved the way the Stroke of Fate was working, because to make it work in the lane, you have to like really push the limits of the cast range, and sometimes it would just stop going, and it's a total waste. I think they improved it since then. Maybe 1J is onto it, and he's tried it out. We have seen this guy do some creative stuff, you know. So I'm willing to believe he has played some of this Grimstroke, and he's like, yeah, this is really good. I believe in it. I kind of believe in it.
Bunch of wards being taken. Okay, a little bit of an interesting stroke there, but it works. It's so funny, like watching where the Stroke of Fate is. Like he's just smiling. He's like, yeah, it's kind of fun. Eki taking a decent amount of damage here, trying to get the body blocks off with these wolves, but will they be able to actually catch the Zeus? Pretty fast hero. It's funny how Zeus used to be so slow, have so little damage, like no mobility, and just now where he is today.
Yeah. He also started with a Winlay, so he's even faster, which good idea too. He's gonna run away from these wolves and the ET.
All right.
1J used fine art to like do a weird path and secure a range creep. Seneko is just, he's impressed. He's like, ah, yeah, that's really cool, man. Here's a tip.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a cool. How much is the bonus damage you just get from the facet anyway?
Level 1, it's 20 per target.
Okay.
Which is why, for example, if you imagine a stacked camp, ooh, close first blood.
Yeah, very.
Kanto falls, Eki barely lives. That's why you buy all the cheap stats, guys. If you have like a stacked camp, it's like you have an extra level or two in Stroke of Fate when you hit all of them. Soneko, totally in kill range. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Get this go. Get this go through the heroes and the creeps.
Oh, dude. Blood grenades are out. It's a lot of damage. Smiling Knight, though, gets a... Dude, these... Oh,
one more.
They almost get the kill. He's solo. 1J, he's got a stroke. He connects. He gets him. All right.
You were doing very well.
They're having
okay, but
fun.
Actually, he should have gone through the creep wave and then back. He could have gotten Smiling Knight, too.
Yeah. There was a moment in there where the Enigma definitely underestimated the Fatal Bonds, like, imp spawning there and almost died.
All right, I'm so happy to see Fine Art picked, even if it doesn't win and it doesn't end up being that great. I'm so glad it's finally. It's been like 9 months since this fast has been in. I think this is the first time I'm seeing it.
Well, tier 2000 bottom. He should be fine, but taking a hefty amount of damage.
The Hawk in the meantime also barely living.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So we haven't really talked too much about the mid lane. The Puck versus Dragon Knight, a very back and forth matchup. It used to be very Dragon Knight favored. Less so now because of Puckish, I think, where like nowadays, like Puck actually has a little bit more sustain in the lane than they used to. There was times where like Dragon Knight would just breathe fire spam you and there's not much you can do about it, but now you can just like walk in a tower and get like 80 to 100 health back.
Super cool. Super cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
TA
Dragon Knight
2000.
will still have a good time though.
They got him. Very nice kill here in the bottom lane. And, well, underestimating that Zeus's damage potential, it seems.
Top lane paying off. Tiny's got a similar amount of last hits, but they are slowly climbing in the denies with the Enigma. And I mean, we're laughing, but Fine Art is keeping Senego pretty low and out of the lane.
Yeah, they actually have to have all of their camps blocked. If you notice, like they actually block both of the creep camps, like their own pole camp as well as the.
Now 1J's actually blocking the pole camp, which I think it makes sense because it's harder to use the small camp as the off lane. But I wish we could see with the camps because it's conceptually very cool to me. Darn these pro players not losing the lanes to letting camps be spawned. We just want to see Fine Art, guys.
Some mana boots here on this Grimstroke, which makes sense. Like he needs to be able to keep the harassment up here on this hero, and he also needs to get Phantom's Embrace online, a spell that is incredibly good against Tiny. Especially once you get like level 6 and you just have no attack speed, you just don't get to cast spells anymore.
There's Lauren off. 5.5. It's still going to be quite a while. I feel like we don't actually see mid Dragon Knight as much. I think he is just going to go for a blink. Otherwise, I don't know who starts fights on your team. But that blink is going to take a while to get to. So it might be a little bit of a quiet start from him. The most action we might see is when DeHawk finishes the drums. You know, maybe they play around that. Because otherwise, like TA2000 on the carry Lycan, you want the Midas. You need a lot of levels to make Alpha Wolves good. You want to punish him before he can get there. Some big damage. I don't think you dive into the ET.
Oh my
maybe, though.
goodness. Dude, every time the Elder Titan backs up even slightly, they just Thunderbolt into the full combo, and it is really making this lane difficult for this Lycan. He has had to buy so many salves.
Yeah, this is the strength of the Zeus support. Your base stats are really
that's
good.
just a solo kill.
Ooh, okay, I guess it is still Dragon Knight favored heavily. I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Nah, he just caught a Dragon Tail right to the face.
Off. Yeah.
Yeah, the lane was really even, and then I think he took a lot of damage from the Dragon form here unexpectedly and kind of turned it back the other way. Now, top side, we're going to see them try and make a dive here. Panto looking for Senego in the trees, has a lot of damage, slowed up by the Zeus. Blood Grenade now out, and one more auto attack will finish the job. Now, the question is, can they get Panto? Absolutely. Aki will bolt him down. A bit of a brawl here in the top lane, a 1-for-1. All right. I mean, the big thing right now is this Dragon Knight who maybe having better of a game than we expected. Stormstormer forced to deny his tower. So that opens up quite a bit of a movement across that mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Knight versus Puck is still good for Dragon Knight. Ooh, good use of the Stomp to pick up the Wisdom Rune. So actually, double Wisdom Rune for Chimera is pretty good. Panto maybe might struggle to get out of here alive, but These are level-dependent supports on both teams.
Warlock really needs to just be included in some kills and then can be happy because you at least have Grimoire, right? So like even though he doesn't get the Wisdom Rune, he'll get XP from that kill anyway. So we should still see a decently timed level 6 out of the Warlock if he wants to commit the Grimoire. Otherwise, he can hold it. But yeah, you're right. Like you really do need the level 6 on the Zeus as well. So that's going to hurt quite a bit. Midas for TA2000 nearly completed. Pretty much just the standard item build on this hero at this point.
Gotta get to level 11. Get those Alpha Wolves. Warlock doesn't really deal with the Alpha Wolves all that well. I think a farmed Zeus is okay at dealing with it. But we'll see if that's the case or not. I wonder if an early shard is worth it. Maybe that helps you deal with the wolves a little easier.
I am curious to see how much impact this carry Lycan's going to have because it does really need to get to the Alpha Wolves quickly if he wants to be able to pressure these supports. Lornov just gonna pump that dragon form and get back to farming. Why not?
He knows he needs his blink. Like if you try to force kills into this lineup without the blink, you're just wasting your time. So all his ultimates just going straight into farm. Well, I say catching me and perhaps AVULUS off guard. Smoking up now. Make your way top. I'll tell you what, even if you don't get a kill, you can take this tower with the... I assume he's got drums? Yeah, the drums on Enigma and Dragon Form. Kind of a waste on some of the Dragon Form time, though, so they gotta connect on this soon.
They really want Tiny. They're gonna go for a nice deep wrap around the ward, providing all the vision that they need. The TP is coming in. Saneko. Well, he's dead first. Smiling Knight also completely isolated. Level 7 on this Enigma is now Eki trying to run away, but I don't know how good this is gonna work, how well it's gonna work out. He's got no more Heavenly Leap, Heavenly Jump. Lornov gets a double kill back into the mid lane as that Dragon Form expires, and well, 3 for 0, a really solid rotation from Chimera, and this should be the tower.
Yeah, this is one of the cool examples of, you know, we talk about the optimal play. Oh, he should get Blink first. But sometimes, you know, you wrap back around. Yeah, I think so. Solo kill from Zibe onto that Lycan. I mean, when you go for a Midas, you're not very strong, right? It's a pure greed item. You have to do it for Alpha Wolves, but it means you can be killed by the very brawler-type offlaners like Dawnbreaker. Blink reveal mid. Oh, he's got an ace rune. Leads to nothing.
He does have coil to try and turn this around, and they only catch this Grimstroke off onto the side. He does manage to get the ultimate, pinning down 2 of these heroes, and Lornov is so dang tanky. Earth Splitter doing work. In comes the Warlock, though. Fatal Bonds, the Golem is out. If they can finish off this Dragon Knight, it would be amazing for them. The Dragon Tail connects, almost finishes off Zibe, but it's not going to be enough to stomp out from Panto. He's running him down. Is he going to make it in time? He's just too tanky. AVULUS will survive. They get 3 kills in exchange, and that helps out the puck so much.
Maybe, I guess they weren't paying attention to that haste rune, because otherwise you could get a puck kill there. Blink stun. We actually used the combo we talked about earlier. Inkswell, blink stun into the Phantom's Embrace, but not when you can just haste away and then actually turn back around to get your own series of kills.
Does he still have his Grimoire? Did he use it? I feel like he would have used it.
He used it for his level 6.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I feel like he was not close to being level 7.5 previously, so I'm guessing, yeah, used it at that rune fight. Another breakout fight in the mid lane, looking for the puck here. As they do manage to get the silence, everything out from the Grimstroke, locking the puck down, but the fatal bonds with all of the damage from the Zeus. A quick 2 kills. Panto with a stomp, doing his best to try and escape, but Smiling Knight, he's got a toss coming through here. And there it is, goes to the Tiny. This helps out Smiling Knight a lot as well. He's been struggling immensely here on the Tiny this game, but it's a little bit of a
Dire's top tower is under attack.
stimulus package there for him.
That's true. I kind of forget we're dealing with a Tiny carry here. He has been struggling a little bit. I think this is where Tiny's farming speed does pick up, though, as you can get like a shard coming up here, Echo Saber.
Yeah, he needs the Echo Saber shard like ASAP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
We're
attack.
really seeing the impact of the supports here from AVULUS, right? This Zeus Warlock completely melted the triple, or like the 3-hero dive in the mid lane. And it's something you have to be aware of, right? Like these supports are the highest damage heroes right now, it feels like for AVULUS.
Smoke
Which
runs
they actually
into
managed to find
Panto.
them. Yeah, they find themselves a free kill onto the Elder Titan.
Maybe not the target they were hoping to find with the smoke, but Puck didn't even have to commit coil, and the Warlock never broke the smoke, so actually still makes use of it to go in a little bit deep, place a ward. They might know now because he actually captured a Watcher. See them take their best guess at where that could be. 14-minute rune.
Scanning. Radiant's bottom
If he jumps to this, they might get in trouble here.
Phase shift, silence, coil. He needs to get out. In comes Zibe. There's a great stomp into the Earth Splitter. Seneko is here. She's just going to drop the rock just to make sure there is no more chase. I mean, that's a huge commitment from AVULUS. Well, I say that. That's the Soulbind here catching the puck. He can't get out. Double hero Dragon Tail, and he's dead. Eki now in trouble. Tried to do what damage he can. Finish off Lorna. The magic damage, it's a lot, but it's not enough. And now Eki tried to TP on out.
Root right away. Is that a guaranteed root nowadays?
I think so. The first hit
yeah, with
is a root.
Hamstring.
Yeah. As long as you like cast it.
I think it's auto cast, that one.
Yeah. I think you don't have to auto cast it though.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like you can stagger them, which is what like most Lycan players will have one on auto cast and then turn on the second one as it goes in.
Yeah, I think Puck would have been fine here, but Eki tried to come in to help, and that actually connected the Soulbind. And then that prevents Puck from actually getting out here. And then there we go, the root. I totally knew about that root.
Well, we finally see the Lycan kind of come online here with that Alpha Wolf. Does a lot of damage. Pipe is now done on the Enigma, which is really important this game if they want to try and group up. We see the Echo Saber on Smiling Knight. He's just really not having a fun time here. And they're just running wolves at him to be annoying. And slow down his farm, and it's working.
Can't even use his tree to kill him because they have evasion. Go throw spells at it.
Blink Mage Slayer done here on Lorna. A lot of magic resistance being built up on the side of Chimera, and makes sense.
Yeah, especially with Tiny having a rough game, his right-click scaling is going to be delayed, so it's mostly magic damage to start. This is where the Mage Slayer could really pay off for Lorna. It's got the Glimmer, classic support Glimmer on the Grimstroke. Still in the works, but that'll be good. Pipe done on Enigma.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So I
attack.
feel like it is time for them to start fighting. Especially, I think Orchid just got delivered on TA2000.
There's the blink.
He gets
Stun out from
Stormstormer.
Lorna. Smiling Knight, he does get the toss out. Seneco's behind him. There's the Soulbind, though. Going to be causing quite a few problems. The Inkswell, the double Dragon Tail, they get the kill. Dawnbreaker's ult a little bit too dang late. And now the Earth Splitter, as they've caught the Warlock, now the Golem comes out. It's all just to try and leave, but you don't even escape. 3 heroes dead. Puck solo dying elsewhere on the map. And now Lornov just jumps up onto the high ground. He doesn't care. He's just going to take down Eki all by himself. A stomp comes through from the Elder Titan. 4 heroes fall on the side of AVULUS. He has an Orchid. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a solo kill on the Puck. The classic scout with the wolves, run in, Orchid from Fog of War. You're dead.
I would say he needs an Orchid this game. Or not an Orchid, a Eul's this game on the Puck, but I don't know when he can get it.
He wants a blink for now. Tiny usually does the initiation for you, but as a carry, not really. So Puck wants to get the blink, Dream Coil to set up the Dawnbreaker, set up the Warlock spells, all of that. But he has to be so careful because of that he does not just get found, Orchided, and killed, Soulbind, all that. All very dangerous for the Puck. Oh, you guys see that? You see that curving fine art path? That's what I'm talking about right there.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
All right, real talk, do you think he just misclicked or like forgot to change the facet?
No, I think he actually wanted to try it.
You
See how, I mean, I think in the lane, it definitely had more, like, at least somewhat of a relevant impact, right? Like, it did keep the Warlock quite low and kept allowing them to apply pressure. And, I mean, as a result, like, this Tiny just had no game. So it kind of worked. I don't know if it would have made too much of a difference if he went the other one, but that is going to be a tier 2 tower down on the top side.
They can maybe come bot if they want to defend too.
Yeah, they're going through the Twin Gate. They want to wrap around on the bottom side. They saw the Dawnbreaker here on a ward. They're going to see the Warlock now as well. So you either start this fight now and take down TA2000, or you are going to die yourselves. And, well, here they come. Chimera looking for their opening. The ward scouting everything. Coil does connect here on the backside. They get a good stun onto the Zeus. There's going to be the sleep. Saneko in trouble as well, but Eki able to get out for now. A Thunder God's Wrath does connect. The Golem's not up. The Black Hole, oh, it doesn't catch anybody. They managed to dodge it out. Now Dahak trying to look for something. At the moment, the Blink Dragon Tail connects. The Orchid is there. They have managed to find the Puck. And Zibe, well, you just put yourself in harm's way trying to save him. There's no way out. Nice avalanche toss, but a sleep as well comes through from Ponto. Just puts a complete stop to Smiling Knight on this Tiny, as now he has to run for his life. And Orchid is out. Dragon Tail just in 3 seconds. As Dragon Form comes back up, toss out, blinks aggressively, looking for Saneko as well as Smiling Knight. I mean, he's going to get them both. What a sick play from Chimera.
AVULUS committed so hard to try to kill the Lycan to start, and he just barely survived slipping out. And at that point, they threw everything and got nothing out of it. So Chimera just finally just runs everyone down, throwing the Alpha Wolves. It's not even about the hero anyways. It's all about the Wolves.
Is he just gonna dive him? Okay, no. It's like he has another Dragon Tail in 1 second, but that's a little bit too far maybe. I mean, Lornov, the other thing is this is like your mid lane Dragon Knight, and it just seems to always play like a carry anyway. It's one of the reasons that it's just such a strong hero, no matter what role it's in. Just having innate cleave built into your hero's kit and the ability to just farm and be super tanky. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference is how soon you get the blink, really.
Yeah. Well, Roshan's up and gets scanned out. They know they're down here. They are smoked up, trying to find their opening into the trees there. They do manage to find the Enigma as well as Panto. This would be a great hero to remove from the fight immediately and get the toss back, but he's still surviving, gets the sleep off, and now can he get out is the question. Inkswell, the Eidolon's just staying right on top of Tiny. He's just getting burned by summons, and now a great Soulbind holding back the Dawnbreaker. Just canceling this initiation, but a really good stroke of fate as well. Dragon Tail out from Lornov. They've got the Dawnbreaker held in place, silenced up. She's trying to burst him down. Nobody really dead yet on the side of AVULUS. Avalanche toss, the Hawk falling low as well. Lornov continuing the chase, gets on top of the Puck. He's just barely gonna survive. Does he get the blink out? He will, but it's gonna cost you your carry, Tiny. As the Dawnbreaker gets spotted on the retreat here. And well, Seneko just dead to an Orchid. No escape.
This is where, I mean, of course they have a 9K lead, so they have the lead, but their draft has the team fight items with like the pipe, the boots of bearing, and Lornoff and TA2000 actually chase Puck for quite a while, but can't actually kill him. Great on Stormstormer, but in the meantime, his team can't really get that much out of it because even though they want to fight, they don't really have these early team fight items either. So just kind of on the back foot in these bigger fights. And I just realized Seneko bought a Helm of the Dawn.
I was going to ask if you noticed this or not. It is very funny. Helm of the Dominator Warlock. He's just using this to take a wolf. Yeah, he's just going to delete the wolves whenever he sees them. That's his plan. He's like, I will take one and then delete the other.
That is too funny.
That's one way, I guess. Why not? It's an interesting build. I saw the wolf running around in the fight, and I was like, that's a dire wolf. Wait a minute. Role-playing Enchantress, I suppose.
Shard for Zeus, so now he does get the free lightning hands, and maybe that'll help him deal with wolves himself.
Yeah, I like to refer to it as the spicy fingers. Or the jazz hands, either or. But yeah, very good.
Jazz fans.
Very good pickup. Very good shard here for support Zeus. See how much he's going to be able to farm up. They actually see the ward there, right? Yeah, okay, they get it. An 8,000 gold lead here for Chimera. These Alpha Wolves are so annoying. He's just running with the Zeus. Like, he knows the Warlock has the Helm of the Dominator, so it's not as easy. But he just keeps running with the Zeus here. Super annoying for Eki to deal with.
I thought this Lightning Hand would be better at dealing with them. It's not.
No.
They do have like 70% magic resistance, which, while we have a moment here, why?
They used to just get like one-shotted by spells before like Alpha Wolves existed. But yeah, maybe the trade-off with the Alpha Wolves, they don't have as much magic resistance. I don't know. 1,000 health and tons of magic resistance is a little much. Uh-oh. Seneko, you used your Helm of the Dominator already. You need to be careful. Uh-oh. That's going to be very annoying. How long until... Okay, good Force Staff. He's out. He's out.
Like, he wanted to ignore them, and then he did the mental math. He's like, depending on how long they survive, I will actually just die. I have to run back to the base.
All right, smoke top side, Smiling Knight. He's hunting Lornov here. He does have an Aegis, though. Like, this is not the hero you want to go on. Bottom side, Zibe is dead to TA2000's Orchid. Avalanche toss back. The Zeus in trouble, though, is the Bloodthorn from Lornov. Just chews right through him. Oh, my gosh. And now Puck? He should be out. Yeah, the ultimate from TA2000 expires. I mean, there's just 2 Orchids this game. How do you deal with this? We'll have to see. Lornov with that Bloodthorn is going to be constantly hunting this Puck, knowing that he is very susceptible. Gets the TP out. Nicely done, though. As we got about a minute and a half left on this Aegis. We'll have to see what they can get done with it. So far, they are pretty much corralling AVULUS inside of the base. They're trying to split push as best they can, but starting to lose more and more of the map as we go. As they get ready to look for the high ground. right. Well, onto the high ground they go. Lorinov just going to chip away at this tier 3 tower. He's got 10 seconds for that Dragon Force to come back up. Seneko trying to just slow them down here in the mud. Takes a huge amount of damage from that stroke of fate, but Lorinov cannot be stopped. 30 seconds left on the Aegis. TA2000 now coming in as well, and that's going to be a full lane of barracks as they now turn their attention towards mid. Stormstormer here on the bottom side needs to be careful. Able to dodge out some of the stuns here. Dahak not wanting to drop the black hole without the backup. And with Stormstormer cutting the next wave, potentially keeping them out. All right. I mean, objective completed for Chimera. The question is, can they keep up the aggression? Stormstormer finally has that Eul's. Very, very much needed Eul Scepter. He was struggling, getting caught from these Orchids, but now has a little bit of a save to get out of these. That being said, in comes a Bloodthorn Dragontail. That Eul's won't save you there. The ward just barely catching him on the side. As top side, we're going to see another attempt here. Stroke of Fate doing a little bit of damage as well with the Soulbind. TA2000 kind of just runs right into the Golem, and, well, Glimmer Cape able to just run away. He's out.
We didn't talk about that too much earlier, but the Glimmer Lycan, also another hero going for this early Glimmer to fight.
It's so much damage. Earth Splitter just off the mark. Nice 4-staff save. That might have been enough to kill Smiling Knight. Yeah, what do you do now as AVULUS, Zach? Like, how do you hold here at this point?
One barracks down is kind of manageable on the map. Your supports are really good at dealing with it. You have to hope for, like, if you look at their high ground defense, it's Tiny Zeus Warlock Puck, right? Like, that's so good. So you need Chimera to kind of slip up on a push. But I feel like they have enough of a lead. You just play it smart. Wait for Roche. You know, get the Aegis on. I think the Dragon Knight. Just let the Dragon Knight hit buildings very safely. Don't bait yourself to group up because you have Enigma, right? So as you don't dive, let them come to you, and then you have the good counter initiation with the ET and the Enigma. And then I guess in the meantime, you just send wolves around until you eventually get a free kill.
Well, tier 3 mid lane in trouble. The mud being brought here from Seneko, trying to slow down this push in some capacity, but I mean, it kind of works. It's a pretty good ability, but yeah, now that Elder Titan is here, Orchid, rather Bloodthorn here, catches the Tiny. They're all grouped up. Can the Enigma actually find an opening? No, not quite yet. Soulbind gonna push them back. I mean, that's gonna be Shapeshift down. You still have Dragon Form though coming up, and well, he's just gonna get to work here on your lane of barracks. That ranged pretty low already, but he's really wanting to target down that melee barracks. The cleave actually nearly kills the Warlock as he's just standing nearby. And Smiling Knight taking a beating as well. Blink Bloodthorn out onto the Zeus. Pops the BKB and goodbye, Eki. Lorinov showing absolutely no fear in this game at all. Dragontail now catching Zibe. In comes Stormstormer. Nice coil here. Gonna catch 3, but can they stop this? Avalanche potentially. There's just no follow-up. Afraid to go in, and here comes Dahak. He's waiting with that black hole. They don't even need it. Zibe just barely surviving on the backside. Nice Thunder God's Wrath, but no one's dead. They all just barely survived. Dahak's still inside of the base, though. He's all alone. In comes the Dawnbreaker. They really need to find themselves a kill.
Hole.
The Golem comes out. Blink in from Lorinov onto the backside. Takes down the Zeus. That's going to be a dieback. You get the Enigma, I suppose. You need to get more.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. So, I mean, you did lose some heroes on the way out, but you got the mid barracks. Roche will be up soon. it's looking very slow and methodical for Chimera, right? Just like keep poking. They even did this one without the Aegis. They just know they're strong enough to do so. But now this will just be the safe way to close it out. Finish up this Roshan. Once it spawns, go for the end. Maybe they decide to just do it. We'll see. Yeah, AVULUS just doesn't have the damage. Lornoff's just on the front.
Yeah, it's so close, but you're right. They're just a little bit too far behind potentially in the damage. There's going to be the coil onto 2. It's going to snap, but they seemingly don't care. And amplify damage on this Dragon Knight. Just hitting buildings, casually killing heroes next to them. Last fortification is going to come out from AVULUS here. Try and stall this one out as long as possible, but how do you find the initiation? Your Golem not yet off of cooldown. Smiling Knight, maybe he gets a toss back, but your building's dead. Eki needs to be careful with his positioning. There's going to be another avalanche continuing to try and chip him down, and you're always going to have to be worried about the black hole, the initiation that comes in on that side. They jump on in. Nice BKB from Lornoff. Great silence onto the backside there from the puck, but he's caught as well. Has to pop that Yules, get himself out to safety now. As well, it works. Chimera don't find their opening. They're going to smoke up immediately on AVULUS. They want to try and fight.
This is the desperation smoke, man. You gotta find something with this. If you can get a kill, you can get Roshan. It'll be a huge gold swing back in your favor. But as you see just Dawnbreaker defending the base, top barracks being pushed into, you know this is coming. You know AVULUS is smoked on the other 4 heroes.
Yeah, I mean, they know that this is going to be a Roche play as well on the side of AVULUS. Like, they don't see them top anywhere. The lanes they're not showing in lanes. They're going straight for the Roshan. And they have the Wolves to scout. They have the Eidolons to scout. Both teams currently under smoke, but AVULUS is probably about to expire. And, well, here we go. It's going to pop. They get the Thunder Gods round. Gets a little bit of vision here onto TA2000, but the jump onto the backside. Zeus dead again. And now goodbye, Tiny. Doesn't even stand a chance. Black Hole on the edge. Going to lock down that Dawnbreaker. And just like this, 3 heroes dead on AVULUS. With not much left in the tank. And honestly, Chimera not even feeling like they need Roshan here to finish this off. He's looking for Stormstormer mid. There's the Blink, the Dragon Tail, the Bloodthorn is out, and, well, Puck has a phase shift and an orb. Might get out, but no, it's going to be so close. Nice dodge down to the south. All right, well played from Stormstormer to actually get out of this one, but what can you do? I mean, they're just going to take straight to the base.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea, actually, because surely you would think you'd be doing Roche. You win the fight right by the pit, but actually just TP's out trying to get another kill. Because he realizes if we get that kill, we probably just win the game. Turns out, even if we don't get the kill, maybe we're just going to go win the game now while AVULUS is waiting to respawn. At any moment, you could fall back to take the safe play, but it really doesn't seem like they need to.
Oh my gosh, how many times is Zeus going to get caught from this, like, Blink Bloodthorn? It's just too much damage. Smiling Knight forced to BKB as they're just standing right on top of him. There's going to be the rock dropped, but Smiling Knight, he's not going to make it back to the base. The Soulbind holding him down. And just like that, GG's come out. Chimera will take game 2. Really well played. This was a very cool draft, a great adaptation to game number 1, and we were a little bit unsure, you know, how this